episodes. Now, whenever possible, you want to add what's called two-factor authentication. This sometimes a thing called a cPanel. If you have one of those for your website, it makes it easier for non-techie people to do stuff on your website. I think it was invented by techies who got sick of fielding calls for easy stuff. But anyway, whenever you can you use two-factor authentication. And what that means is somebody even had your user ID and password, they still couldn't get into your site unless they had access to your telephone number and your smartphone. You can't log in without it. So that's an extra layer of security. And also protect your own darn computer. And you think, well, what's that got to do with my website? Well, it has a lot to do with your website, because if you don't have antivirus software up to date and effective firewall, then some of the viruses are intended to steal your login details and send them to somebody else, or just grab them and use them themselves. And then they have a thing called a keylogger. Now, we actually use this when I have a lot of employees. I use a keylogger to make sure they're doing their work. And I tell them, don't do anything personal on this computer that I gave you, because everything, user IDs, passwords, everything are going to get sent to me. So that kind of keeps employees a little bit, it doesn't really anymore because they can just go on their cell phone, but it makes sure that you can see that they're actually working if they're remote. But also, bad people use this stuff. In fact, if somebody had access to your computer at work, it wouldn't take, I don't know, 15 seconds to add a physical keylogger in the wiring to your computer, and now they're grabbing everything that you got and recording it, and then they come in a day later or a couple days later, take the thing off out of the wires, and then boom, they got all your stuff. So these are things you want to protect your computer too. Now, if you've happened to have any custom code, and I got to tell you, I